So inhale, reaching up. Exhale down. The energy washing down the body. Reaching up. Just slowing down. One more, reaching up. Just that settled my whole body. I'm going to be going into swinging arms. I'm going to tilt the camera down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my knees over my feet. I'm pushing them out. I'm going to relax my tailbone, dropping it towards the ground, and I'm sitting into this lower body. And then for me personally, because of my injury, I keep my pelvis, this area very still, but I'm going to turn at the waist up here, like so. And I just sit into that lower body to actually offer stability. And from this, I'm working the upper body, and I'm allowing my shoulders to relax. And I'm giving my wrists a nice shake as I do the swinging arms. So the intent, keep doing the swinging arms, but as I turn, it's going to be massaging the abdomen. So this is going to be then nourishing the internal organs, because with each twist, you're doing a twisting and wringing motion, massaging all the internal organs, the digestive tract, etc. But it'll also help relax this area and open up the diaphragm so you can take slower and deeper breaths for the rest of meditation. As you turn here, relaxing, stabilize with the legs and turn and massage in the abdomen, I want you to focus on relaxing, dropping the shoulders and letting them move freely, and then relaxing all the way down to the wrist. So it's a two-part, well, actually three parts. Number one, I've sat and I've stabilized. Number two, I'm twisting. Number three, I'm letting the arms flow. And I give it a little shake, just opening up the wrists and the fingertips. We're going to do this for about 2 minutes. Now, the other thing I focus on, to add another element, I imagine that there's a string on the crown of my head that's pulling me upwards, so I'm nice and tall. Because if you're tired, you may want to start to slouch. And that's not good posture when you're doing this twisting. You want to keep the spine in particular nice and long. So this is what it looks like from the side. And then it's the rhythm of the twisting that helps to soothe the nervous system and allow everything to relax. You can gently close your eyes, feeling stable in this position. Letting the arms swing, move freely. Letting all the tension drain out the neck and shoulders. Now you also can notice I'm doing a gentle tap each time I come around. This is not a punch, but it's a tap to the body. And what that does is it sounds vibration into the internal organs. That vibration, we'll do it in other Qigong moves like this, like so, where you're doing this tapping and saying vibration into the body that's supposed to help break up adhesions or mucus, but also help the body to relax. I'm just going to let myself freely swing and not talk. Just feel the movement. One more minute. I'm giving us a little extra time as I spent a minute doing some commentary, explaining the different areas to focus on. Feel your spine be nice and tall. Relax the arms. I've stopped shaking out the wrists because I felt like that was enough to keep them open. And now my focus is just to let those arms swing freely, stabilizing that lower body, just turning at the waist. Three, two, and one. And relax. I'm going to pull down the heavens again to transition. And as I do this, I'll turn my palms out, opening up the chest. Inhale, reaching up. Imagine connecting with heaven as you exhale. Imagine this calming, soothing energy coming over the crown of the head, down the neck and the shoulders, through the chest, through the body, and on down into the ground. Two more times, inhale, reaching up. And one more, reaching up. Now what I want to do is a stretch that opens up the kidneys. You get the full shot in here. Let me try. I'll do this from the side. It's the reaching for heaven and earth. Inhale, reach up. As you do, I want you to feel lifting the chest and a stretch all the way down the front of the body and keeping the arms close together, like so. Reaching up, reaching up. A nice stretch. Actually feel elongation down into the low back. Now, exhale, put the buttocks forward and reach forward. And I'm actually going to pull this stool close. I think it might be a little low. Normally I do this on a chair. It's high enough. So yeah, the stool is too low. So the other option is do this from behind. You can come down on a wall. And what I've done here, you do up to the side to support. If you only have a wall with one hand, I have one hand above. And I'm pushing the buttocks back and I'm getting a nice stretch down the back of the legs. But I'm using the wall here just to support one hand. So my back is nice and straight, pushing the buttocks back. You want to feel down the back of the legs. Now try lifting your toes, and that will further open up the back of your hamstrings. Now coming down, put your hands on your knees, and look up, and lift the toes, feel that stretch. And then allow your knees to be soft, and roll forward, let yourself hang. And you can cross your elbows, like so. You can turn, taking this elbow to the knee, and what you'll do is on the opposite side of the back is you'll feel how it stretches and open up that back. Then back to center, stretch to the other side, then and to the other side. Now letting yourself hang for a moment. Let the neck hang. I tend to hold a little tension in my neck because I'm always trying to look at the camera. I'm going to take a moment. Don't look at the screen at all. Just let your head hang and the neck hang and relax. Now bend the knees. Now I want you to imagine someone's pushing you on your sacrum here. And as you push down, you're going to start to roll up. One at a time. Put your hands on your low back. What I'm going to do is psoas stretch. So take an easy step forward. I'm not even bending this leg. And you're going to come up. My foot's out of the shot. It's this one where you come up on the back foot. You're going to feel a stretch right in here, right on the inside of the leg. And you gently support this low back by putting your hands right here. You're going to feel the stretch right there. And my foot that is out of the shot, I'm just up on that big toe, stretching the arch of the foot. And come back down. And now I'm going to switch to the other side. And I'll turn to this side so you can see. You're going to feel the stretch right here. This is your psoas muscle. It's one that actually we say gets short when you sit. So it's good to stretch this one out. It also gets short when you do a lot of driving because it's anytime you hip hinge or close this angle on the hip, that gets short. So this is now taking it past that angle and opening up. And I'm going to pan down a little bit because I want to do a little bit of flow today. So I'm going to inhale, reaching up. And that backward stretch again. Exhale, come forward. I'm going to come down, bend the knees, and practice coming down to all fours like so. Now you can make a choice either to have the feet flat like this or tuck the toes under. If you tuck the toes under, that is a way you can stretch the toes. It's a preparation to come up, to push yourself up like this into the downward dogs, or to come up into a standing position. Actually, that feels good right there. I'm just stretching the back of my hamstrings for a moment. Come here, and we're going to look forward and down, a little cat-cow. Forward, down, forward. Now the other thing we're going to do is drop the chest down. We're going to do a circle, so drop the chest down, and then take it to the left, and round up, and take it to the right, and down. So this is a circle, circling up the chest, articulating at the chest, and as we do this, your tailbone will actually wag with it too. I'm going to face this direction so you can see the circle I'm doing. Down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right. Take it the other direction. Right, from here, I want you to cross your ankles, sitting back, feet on the floor, and dropping down. And I always like to keep my knees fist width apart. And now I'm going to feel my hips, and I'm going to do tick-tock. So tick-tock says I feel the top of my hips here, and I'm going to move my hips back and forth this way. So from left to right. And as I lay on the ground, I can actually feel my sacrum and that, not the low back, but the sacrum move against the ground as I do these tick-tocks. And for me, it actually feels a little crooked. So as I do my tick-tocks, I'm focusing on turning my hips just a little bit to try and get them straightened out. Basically, when I lay on the ground, I can tell one part of my pelvis is higher than the other. So I will then actually start moving my hips this way a little bit to try and stretch and open that up. And another way to stretch the hips is to take this foot and notice how my foot is up, that heel out, slide it down, and stretch that towards the ground and have that heel up, give a nice long stretch through that leg. And that will start to stretch down through the hip, coming up. And again, I'm going to flex this foot, slide the heel out, down, feeling it stretch all the way down and back. I'm going to do my tick-tocks again, and just that little bit, and now my hips feel even. So I'm doing my tick-tocks left to right. And now I'm going to do them front to back this way. So tailbone down and tailbone back. A little rocking on the base of my sacrum. And now I'm going to do a full circle. So rocking down to the right and back and around. So full circle. one direction and the other direction. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay to my side. And it looks like the camera needs to come down just a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Now that I've stretched the sacrum, I do want to stretch the upper body. So I'm going to lay to the side. And I'm going to put my hands together like a little alligator. And bring these knees up so my low back is nice and flat. From here, I'm just going to open up this hand. And now open up the chest and take a moment just to breathe here and relax. And bringing the hand back. And now keeping the knees together, I'm going to roll to that other side. So I'll be facing away from the camera. But I tuck the knees up. I keep that back nice and flat. Putting my hands together like an alligator on this side. And I'm going to open. Now you can do this where you move the legs from side to side, but I find that excuse me, that means it's working. When people move the legs from side to side, they tend to be opening up the low back, meaning the lumbar spine. And this one, I'm actually, because of the position they use, I'm stabilizing the low back and really focusing on trying to articulate the chest and open up the chest. And the idea is can you get both your shoulders on the ground to spread this area open? And it appears I'm tighter on the left side than the right. So if you start coughing, feel tightness, you can take your fingers. This is that deployment. Do some deployment right along the area of the chest. I'm getting my lung points in here. Slow deep breaths. And there we go. So from here, bringing my knees back, I'm going to cross my feet again. Let's see. Nope, I don't want to do a rock and roll up. So I'm just going to roll to the side. There we go. Roll to the side. And then I like practicing getting up safely. So that's when you curl these toes under, which allows you, anytime those toes are curled under, this is a very stable position. You got both legs. You walk the hands back. You come up to the knees. You got your points of contact. And then you come up. So after all that, I feel like my body is warmed up. And that I can do my Qigong easily. And I think I'm going to sit on a stool for this part. Just look at how things are squared up in the camera. So I'm going to do some of Badwajan and some of Smiling Heart in the last 5 to 8 minutes. So inhale, reaching up. Exhale down. Feeling the energy wash down the body. Then I'm going to find my belly button, lower Dantian's right beneath there. Imagine that there's a string on the crown of your head pulling you upward. And I want you to rest the tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth. Take a moment and breathe down to this area of your hand so you can feel your abdominal move. Your abdomen move. I still have a little bit of that stagnation I worked out of my lungs. So to connect with your breath, let's inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhaling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Breathe again. I'll place a hand on your heart, and I want you to feel your breath here. Fill up here first, and then rise up. Move the chest where your hand is, and have your chest move, and then on the exhale, feel your chest relax, and then feel the breath move back down to the lower dantian. So hold here so you can feel the connection between the two. So inhaling. And exhale. Smiling and softening. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. Moving into mixing fire and water. Inhale, guiding the energy up from the lower dantian. Heart. Turning the hands over and exhale. Inhale. One more. And now we're going to add a movement called two hands will up the sky. So inhale, you're guiding the energy up the body, but now it's going through the heart, all the way up to the crown of the head, then all the way up and out of the body. And as you exhale, imagine clearing your space, but also that the energy is descending back down to the lower dantian. And then the energy of the lower dantian, your hands meet here. So inhale, mixing fire and water. Going all the way up. And exhale out and down. Inhale to center. All the way up. One more of each. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. Coming up. Hands come to the side now. Place the hands in the heart, smiling to the heart. We're going to do a Qigong called Rippling Pond, and it's connecting with the heart and smiling to the heart. And then we're going to let the hands drop down. And then as you inhale, imagine the energy comes from the dantian up to the heart. Exhale out to the fingertips, feeling that connection. Feel your fingertips get nice and warm. Now with Rippling Pond, inhaling with the wrists. Letting them float up and exhale down. What you're doing as you do this, inhale, feel the energy connection from here all the way up to the fingertips. And then imagine your fingertips are stroking the surface of a pond. Keeping it light and easy. What you imagine is that you're smoothing out all the energy in front of you. Learning how to take that feeling of peace in here, communicate it out here. Allow a gentle smile. Feeling the shoulders nice and soft. And learning how now to move nice and easy. One more. Now we're on our last move. We're going to do opening to the sun. So it's the same thing. You've smoothed it out, and now you're going to open yourself. So step one is we did mixing fire and water, connecting and building ourselves, connecting and building all the way up and clearing our space to the sides. And now we're smoothing out things in the front. And now we're going to open up to the world in front of us. So inhale, opening the arms, smiling, gathering happy energy in, sunshine, because it's opening to the sun, and then again, you root it down into the body. Opening it up, open, feel yourself opening, smiling, gathering it in. Now closing it all with a finding pulling down the heavens. And that is our class for today.